Hey, the excitement surrounding the Super Bowl is real. People hoped the game would be good. The ads, funny, memorable, and the halftime show, more than entertaining. But did you realize that there's a whole segment of the population watching the Super Bowl for entirely different reasons?
They are prop bettors, people who vote on things other than the winner of the game. They bet on so many things that really have nothing to do with the game itself. Jason Logan comes from Coves.com. He's joining us now. Jason, good morning to you. What are the standout prop bets that you're seeing this year?
In terms of off the field things, I mean, the coin toss and the Gatorade bath and the length of the national anthem, all of these now are kind of routine Super Bowl novelty props that you see every single year. But especially with Taylor Swift's involvement this year, it's expanding. Odds makers are having a lot of fun.
So is people betting on what about Taylor Swift? I'm sure she's going to be at the game, but what are some other prop bets surrounding her?
Sure, and I will say that not all of these betting markets, specifically the novelty betting markets, are available in legal states. Some states allow it, some states don't. So if you are looking to bet on these things, you want to check with your local operators. But, you know, it's pretty simple things like the color of Taylor Swift's shirt. Favorite is red, of course, at -500. But will we see Kelce and Taylor Swift kiss on the field? I think that really depends on if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. But it's even gone as far as saying, will Travis Kelce propose to Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl? The no, a pretty big -700 favorite. So those are some of the Taylor Swift odds. But really, the imagination is kind of the limit when it comes to some of these props.
Nobody's betting on the proposal. I don't know. That's, you know, hey, take the long odds on that one. So you're, of course, all the attention on her. What about the game itself? What are the odds on I guess, non-prop bets, just on the game?
Oh, yeah, and there's a giant list of prop bets from team to player props. And when you get into these markets, I mean, you can almost bet on play to play. But right now, the San Francisco 49ers are the favorites to win the Super Bowl. Around -130 gives them about a 56.5% implied probability to win it. We're seeing Kansas City, which has been a very, very popular bet to win the Super Bowl since the matchup was announced. And they're sitting between like +105, +115 odds right now. Some operators saying that the Chiefs are bringing in more than 75% of the money on the money line odds, or the odds to win the Super Bowl.
Who are the people behind prop bets? Are they people who are kind of sports bettors who are already doing this? It seems like a lot of these little nuances or whatever, even people who aren't sports fans can kind of get behind.
Yeah, the player props are very, very popular with just about everyone. You know, most sports fans have played some sort of fantasy sports where they've really focused on an individual, and you can do that. If you like Patrick Mahomes to have a big day, you can bet on the over on his passing yards. If you like a guy like Rashee Rice to score a touchdown in the big game, like I like, you can go and find his odds to score a touchdown in the game. So the prop bettors are average Joes that want to kind of enjoy the game and enjoy it, but a lot of professionals and sharp bettors, they do gravitate towards the prop markets because there's more value in those prop markets than you find in the spread and total, which are some of just the toughest odds to deal with all season long, because we have an entire season and so much analysis going into these two games that those standard spread and over-under totals are tough to beat. They're pretty drawn tight right now.
I tell you what, there's a lot to learn when it comes to prop bets. Thanks so much. I'm betting on the chicken wings and the nachos. I know I can win with those. Thanks so much.
That's always a good bet.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
I want to bet on Christian McCaffrey scoring more than one.
You think so? See,
touchdown.
I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could.
I bet that's one.
Bet on anything.
Or what Brittany Mahomes wears. You know,
you never know.
It's fun.
I'm still betting on the nachos, though. Sure bet with those.